So we're talking about DTS, so it stands for Discipleship Training School. And so basically, it's part of this program called Yedam, which stands for Youth with a Mission. And it was all the way in Hawaii. And so originally, I went to Yedam because I just wanted to get away from the family and like just get away from my life here. And honestly, it's a life-changing experience because it's put up into like 6 months. So we have first 3 months where it's called the lecture phase. During the lecture phase, we learn about the character of God. We learn how to hear God's voice. We learn about fear of the Lord. And we just learn all the practical things. And then after 3 months, we go on to a 2-month outreach, and that's when we're able to put into action what we learned during the lecture phase. And so I did 3 months in Kona, Hawaii, and then that was a great time. It was awesome. And it's really just, cultivating the intimacy with God. And after that 3 months, I went to Mazatlan. You guys know where Mazatlan is? It's in Mexico. It's on like the west coast of Mexico. And I was there for 2 months. And like during the hottest season, it sucked. It was so hot all the time. But literally, like, it's just ridiculous how when you put yourself out there, when you walk out in faith, that God like moves in crazy ways. Like we saw so many miracles. I remember one time we were just praying for this one guy at this hospital, and he was deaf. He couldn't hear at all. And we were praying for him. And then we just stepped out of faith. We were like, God, open up his ears. And then we were just like, boom, 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 on the side of his ears, and his ears were open. And so it's just like, things like this, it was like common. Like it kept on happening over a course of two months and last month. And so the things that I learned during lecture phase is like, when you step out of faith, when you go out of your comfort zone, when you live out of the box, it's just ridiculous to see what God can do. And so I think God's just highlighting to share a little bit of my story. I don't know how much I can share about it, but so before going to DTS, like my dad said, like we all did DTS. I have 2 older sisters, and they each have done DTS. And so I told my parents like, yo, I'm not gonna do DTS, like never, because I was like, why do I need to do DTS when I was like already born into a Christian family? I'm a pastor's kid. Why do I need to go to discipleship training school? And like God is funny because He really just flipped on my head, and I found myself in like a desperate situation last year during like COVID and all that stuff, and then I ended up agreeing to go to DTS, and I'd probably say that's probably one of the best decisions I've made in my life. I took a gap semester, and then I got shipped out to Kona, and originally I was like I'm gonna go to Kona because it's Hawaii, like it's lit. There's good weather, good beaches, and away from the family, away from like the mess that I was stuck in. Like, cause I got UVA, and it was a mess. And literally as soon as I got to Kona, the Lord just moved crazily in my life. He literally He encountered me through dreams, he encountered me through prophecies, other people. And during my time that I really learned, just like how to cultivate the intimacy, how to really speak with God and have that conversation with Him. And like, to be honest, I know being a college student is difficult, especially like right now, because I had like online school and then you're going back in person. That's probably really stressful going back to school and all that crap. But honestly, if you have that foundation, and if you have that foundation in the Word and that relationship with God, because literally the only purpose that we have is to cultivate that relationship with God. He only wants to bring us back to have that relationship. And when you have that relationship, nothing else can shake you. And so during my time in UTS, I really learned to put my foundation in Him and in God, and have my foundation on the rock so I can't be shaken. And honestly, it's just been an awesome experience. And like you guys, like after college, I don't know what you guys' plans are, take a gap semester, gap year, but I really recommend taking DTS. They have, like with Y1, you guys can just do a quick Google search and it'll come up. But it's honestly just a whole bunch of young people. Like they just come all to like Hawaii. They come. There's like bases all over the world. You can go to BTS wherever you want. But there's just all these young people just with just the fire of God, just more curiosity to know God. They all gather in one spot. It's just like a crazy hot spot. It's like the Lord just moves so crazily. And so I really recommend you guys, look it up, search it up, and if the Lord speaks to you, now I really recommend going to ETS because my life is like completely changed. And I did a complete 180 in my life because it's literally, I have so much to share, but like, it's just ridiculous. That's the only thing I can say. Like, it's because God is so real, and that's what I realized. Even though I was born in a Christian family, even though like the word was drilled into my head ever since I could like read, you really have to have that relationship with Him. You have to have that personal relationship, personal conviction to really go after His heart. And so I really congratulate you guys because you guys are out here on a Saturday night. Well, you guys can be out partying. It's Saturday and but you guys came out here. And you guys, I don't know what you guys are doing. I don't know how you guys met the Lord, but I'm sure that each and every one of you guys have met the Lord in some way and have had a tangible experience, and that's why you guys are here. So, yeah, it's just a blessing to be with you guys, and I'm really excited to see this because for me, I didn't have a community of faithful brothers and sisters while I was living in UVA. What? Yeah, GCS. Yeah, but then that's a whole different story. Yeah, but I just wanna bless you guys, and it's awesome to see you guys come out and just keep that up. Yeah, do what ETS.